A former world champion who on January 2nd is going to become a world champion. He is going to headline UFC 195 on January 2nd in Los Angeles against Robbie Lawler. He fights for a UFC welterweight championship. He is from Cibola High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Condit!
Yeah, that lift.
The hacky sack?
Yeah, the hacky sack.
We're down here, we're about to go on Mike Adams' show, 2 hours, combat sports talk. Just chat it up, I guess. Stay and chat as long as you want it. I love it. Yes.
Welcome back to Shows on the Mic. My name's Mike Adams. Hour number one, unbelievable! Cotto, Canelo, Holly, home, congratulations! And guess what? In the top of hour number one, he's in the building. It's the natural-born killer, Carlos Condit. Carlos, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. You get me pumped. You get me pumped.
I've had you in here more than a few times. I'm glad I caught you yesterday. You know, we talk about Holly in this big media press tour. I run into you yesterday. You got MMA Junkie. You got USA Today Sports. Dwayne Finley's here, and they're doing an 8-part series on you. I open magazines. There's Carlos. There's covers of magazines. January 2nd, Robbie Lawler, you're back in the shine of the light. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I'm super excited to get out there and get a chance at the belt again. And things are going incredibly well. The people I've surrounded myself with are phenomenal, and this camp is awesome. This camp has been amazing.
There's no bad intention behind your words. Hey, I got through it, now I got the world title shot. How'd you get to this tranquility that you have?
Probably a lot of different things, man. Martial arts, ultimately that's what we're training to beat people up, but on a deeper level, we're looking for Zen. We're in pursuit of serenity, and a lot of things that are kind of intangible, and it goes hand in hand. It's a weird thing. It's a paradox. We're training to get in there and do extreme violence to each other, but the lessons that we learn through that and through the training brings us to a place of, I think, in my case, in my experience, inner peace.
Of MMA Junkie. Did a show with John Morgan about 2 months ago, and John founded MMA Junkie, and Dwayne Finley's here with you, and they're doing this 8-part series, and if you haven't read it, go to MMAJunkie.com, go online, read this first part of the 8-part series on Carlos. And Carlos, one thing I was real pleased about, man, is and I've told you this from day one, you are New Mexico, but you go to those spots that only we know, and you focus on them, and your heart is here. I mean, your heart is Albuquerque. This 8-part series, they're going to take us through a journey of Carlos Condit, the person, Carlos Condit, the fighter, but most importantly, Carlos Condit, the statesman, as I like to say. What can we see out of this 8-part series?
Well, it's been awesome working with Dwayne. He tells a story in a way that most other MMA journalists don't. He's not looking for headlines. He's looking for to tell a deeper story, not just on the fighter, but on the person and the journey that we're taking. It's incredible working with him, and then seeing the finished product is awesome, and it's just cool. And I can just be an open book. I usually am, but you really got to ask the right questions. And just his process is, he's not asking questions. He's just hanging with me and kind of getting the vibe and just learning who I am by everyday interaction. And I think that's that's just a different process than a lot of quote unquote journalists have.
I've known Carlos Condit for 20 years. When he fought his first boxing match against Donnell Wade, when he won his first title in the WEC, when he beat Nick Diaz to be the champion, fought Rush St. Pierre at the height of his career, and now fights Robbie Lawler on January 2nd. The best thing about Carlos is he's always been about Albuquerque. Carlos, the most humble family man you'll ever know, and what an honor for me to have him in studio today. And not only call Carlos Condit a champion, but a friend. Best of luck, Carlos.
Yeah. Just get a coffee, man.
Easy, what's that?
I'll do a medium. No thanks. Bye. Gotta get my go juice.
So, when did you figure out the magic that is cold brew?
Keith Jardine and Jody, his wife, have their own coffee roasting company, and they do some cold brew. They turn me on to it, and the cold brew that they sell is like you're supposed to be mixing with water. It's like you're supposed to dilute it like 1 to 1.
Like jet fuel, right?
Yeah, it's jet fuel, and I'm like, I did it the way they told me to do, and it didn't quite do it for me. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just boop 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 boop. just drink straight out of the bottle, and that does the trick for me. And then I made some myself. It's actually pretty easy to make, and it's got a different flavor profile, and I dig it, and it's nice and sweet.
Different thing to try.
All right.
And you know, what's funny is because you're also, you know, the way you cook, like you're lights out in the kitchen. And is this kind of feed into that a little bit, like because you're the way your palate and the things that you want to try. Do you kind of consider your love of coffee the same way that you look at food?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I like quality when it comes to anything really, but definitely with what I consume, food, drink, and coffee is good for you. Sometimes I get to the point if I wake up in the morning and I didn't drink coffee the night before, I wake up with a headache. I'm like start getting caffeine withdrawals, but I've cut back a little bit. I've cut back a little bit, although I'm double fisting as we speak.
But there's a lot of in this downtown area. There's a lot of bomb ass spots, you know. So it's a good place to be a coffee lover.
Oh yeah, there's some amazing spots here in Albuquerque. A lot of there's kind of like I don't know what you would call it, maybe like kind of boutique roasters and these places that are locally owned and operated that really focus on the quality of their product instead of just churning out quantity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. These guys care about their product. They care that you like it. I just got a man over here just hooked me up with some coffee. This is amazing, by the way.
It's a good strong Americano.
Yeah, this is.
Like all the fads now, they're good, they're quality, but nobody ever knew how to do espresso right. So it's been given a bad name because 90% of it is improperly done. But if you really have good quality espresso, it's a whole amazing world.
I love espresso.
But it's hard to find it. It really is.
Yeah. I love it. And Americano's